Hey guys, I am back, and this is not normally how I start episodes, but we are going to have to start with a huge Sergeant Rusk and a huge, where is he? Well, Doc and Lord Surunge too, so this is going to be a huge one, guys.
Master Jedi, I'm aware that my recent military record might raise some concerns. I want to reassure you that my squad fatality rates have not consistently been this high.
I suppose that's good to hear.
The first squad I commanded after making Sergeant was sent to free POWs being held at a small Imperial outpost. Intel said the place would be lightly manned. Most of the Imperials wouldn't arrive for another 24 hours. Intel was wrong.
The outpost wasn't lightly manned, or the POWs weren't being held there?
The Imperials sent their reinforcements a day early. When my squad broke into the outpost, we were outnumbered 10-1. We were outmanned and outgunned, but we achieved our objective, freed all the POWs, and came out alive. My squad's casualty rate was 97.4%, but we had no fatalities.
It's impressive that anyone made it out of there with those odds.
They were good soldiers, far better than any of the others I've had under my command. Our mission was accomplished without permanent loss of Republic resources. That squad was effectively trained, and as a result, we achieved victory much more efficiently.
They must have been remarkable soldiers.
They are. Good soldiers are a resource. Yes, their loss damages the war effort, but they are meant to be used. Victory for the Republic is worth any cost. Master Jedi, our downtime has had a positive impact on my battle readiness. I believe I'm 14.2% more prepared for combat now.
It's good to know you've been using your time wisely, Sergeant.
I've had a lot of time to think. I've forgotten what that was like.
Relax while you can, Sergeant. There's more fighting ahead.
I'm looking forward to it. I've been thinking about my original squad. I haven't seen any of them since we liberated that POW camp. They seem to be on active duty, but I can't find any mention of commendations or recognition. They should be decorated soldiers.
I'm sure you'll find something.
Carson, Nadja, Eckert, that whole squad has simply vanished.
They're probably just posted somewhere far from the fighting.
It seems like a terrible waste of skilled personnel. They'd be most valuable to the Republic deployed on the front. This just doesn't make sense to me.
Hey guys, I'm back, and I don't know where the heck my other missions are, but meditation hub. Okay, maybe they'll turn back on once I talk to the mission hub and everything will reload. Oh wait, I forgot about the down hinge. That might be where they are. Yep.
Looks like old Doc got here just in time. How have you survived with a droid and Little Miss Uptight as your only friends?
T7's as loyal as they come. And you should address my fellow Jedi by her name.
Right. What's her name? Sneera? Kanoya? Yeah, never mind. Before I settle in, a few things. First, I like my quarters kept at least 5 degrees warmer than the rest of the ship. I only eat energy pudding, so stock up on that. Also, give me 30 minutes in the refresher every morning. That's all.
I'll at least accommodate your standard of living on Belmora.
Bar's pretty high. Had it awfully good there. Never seen a ship's med bay right next to the engine compartment before. Not exactly convenient. I've done better with worse. Until I have everything online, stay in one piece. Doctor's orders. So far, so good. And now that we're a team, figure it's only a matter of time before the whole galaxy gets saved. Prepare yourself for fortune and glory, pal. You'll be up to your chin in beautiful women when this war's over.
I don't do this for fame or wealth. Jedi are above those petty concerns.
Petty? You only say that because you don't know what you're missing. Old Doc's no stranger to the fame game. Cure a plague-ridden planet or two, and people get grateful enough to give you anything.
It's wrong to take advantage of such generosity. Good deeds are their own reward.
Oh, you're serious? Yes, sir. As soon as this galaxy's saved, you've got a lot to look forward to. I'll be there to see you through it all, buddy.
I mean, I do take some money, but I don't take a ridiculous amount.
Gotta say, this is one comfy starship. Never saw anything this cushy on the Outer Rim. Those fringers use rocks for pillows. And medical care? Forget it. Kolto might as well be a myth. Tough work being a doctor outside the Corps.
Healing the sick and wounded is difficult no matter where you are.
Try doing surgery without anesthetic. It's even harder if the patient doesn't get any. I could have gone home, had a safe medical practice, and died of boredom. But I'm a man of action. You have any idea how many people have tried to kill me for bringing quality healthcare to their planets?
In my experience, helping others is hazardous to your health.
Luckily for my patients, I enjoy a challenge. The frontier worlds are crawling with pirates, gangsters, and tax collectors. But they're no match for old Doc. Not everyone needs a laser sword and mind tricks to get out of a tight spot.
I don't need them either. They're just efficient.
Me? I rely on superior intellect and natural charm. It works every time. If I were you, I wouldn't leave the ship without me. I need the Jedi Council's hollow frequency. Old Doc's gonna have a chat with your bosses. This code you people follow has you wrapped up tighter than the Emperor's shorts. It's not healthy. In my professional experience, enjoying life on a regular basis dramatically reduces your chances of falling to the dark side.
How exactly would indulging myself lead me away from the dark side?
That's like swallowing tiny doses of poison for an extended period. Eventually, you develop a tolerance. I'm glad I'm around to keep things lively. The ship would be way too serious without me. Life of a combat medic. Long hours, grueling work. Patients bleeding all over your nice clothes. I'm not complaining. Nothing beats the look of gratitude from someone whose life you just saved. But it gets distracting when beautiful patients fall in love with you. I mean, lots of ethical dilemmas, you know.
How often do combat medics meet beautiful women?
Why do you think I took the job? I figured Jedi had the same problem. You must have admirers lined up from one end of the galaxy to the other.
Jedi have no interest in gaining admirers, or being admired.
You don't know what you're missing.
Just imagine how popular we'll be after we knock the Sith Empire into a black hole. If I were you, I'd get some extra sleep now. You can get along without me for a bit, right? Need to pop out all wrong. Old friend of mine there got kidnapped by gangsters. They'll kill her if I don't deliver the spice they paid me for.
You realize selling spice is against the law? What's to stop me from turning you in?
They only paid me for spice. Never planned to actually deliver any. A couple of years back, I scammed this gang for a bulk load of credits. Spent everything, then set up a refugee hospital on their own. My friend is the head doctor there. I guess the gangsters finally figured out where all the money went.
They're holding your friend hostage until you give them their credits. Or the spice.
I'm going to recover for public customs. Once I deliver the spice and free my friend, the good guys swoop in. Gangsters cruises and my friend gets your house back. Whole plan's foolproof. Won't take any time at all. Watch your back, Doc. Someone's always been a better fool. Don't I know it. Gangsters were someone I thought. But the Republic Hostage Negotiators talked them out of killing me. They're really something. I assume the woman you went to save also survived. Old Doc went down a lady in distress. My friend got away clean. We never got a chance to catch up. But, hey, that's your hollow. All I want to say thanks. Hey, pretend you work for me, alright? You look terrific, Birdie. You lost weight. I love the new hairstyle.
2 years with so much as a hollow, and that's all you can say. You abandoned me at our wedding.
Doc, is this woman your wife?
We're just good friends. She's a little confused, that's all.
I thought you loved me. You said all those wonderful things on Old Man Tao.
Rudy, sweetheart. Those were sweet nothings. You should never take those at face value.
My parents flew all the way from Corsica for a wedding that never happened. You loathsome cat. I wish I'd never met you.
Whatever happened before, Doc risked his life to save you.
I'd never have been kidnapped if it wasn't for him.
Look on the bright side, Broody. You still have that hospital I bought you.
The gangsters burned it to the ground.
She still loves me. Those gangsters on Alderaan brought back some great memories. Oh, they used to call me Doc Operator back in the day. I was the go-to guy for everything medical. Trauma kits, surgical droids, hospitals, you name it, and I could get it. One time, this hut was hoarding med packs after a massive groundquake, selling them at an obscene markup. I tricked Mandalorians into attacking his palace.
Pitting Mandalorians against a hut? You enjoy living dangerously, Doc.
Please. I risk more walking down the street with you. I forged a death mark signed by the Hutt against the Mandalorian clan. They, accidentally found it with a little help from yours truly. The Mandalorians attacked the Hutt palace in record time. By sheer coincidence, I was there to sweep in and clear out the Hutt's medpacks.
You did this without either side realizing they'd been manipulated?
It helped that they all killed each other. Sometimes things work out. Thanks to an anonymous donor, every hospital in the disaster zone received supplies to treat their patients. Saved thousands of lives. That was small time compared to what we're doing. When we save the galaxy, I'm not staying anonymous. We have got to get off this ship and do something besides beat up bad guys. Don't get me wrong, that's important, but it wouldn't kill us to go out and socialize a bit. I know all the best clubs. I'll show you around, make some introductions. Never know who you might meet. It'll be fun.
When the Sith Empire is finally defeated, I'll be able to relax.
You can't put a conditional like that on your life. What happens if we all die or get really old and boring before then? You keep saying no all you want, but old Doc's not gonna stop asking. Might as well give in and live a little, right? Can't believe this. Standards at the Republic Health Administration must be non-existent. I went to medical school with a new acting head. Guy is a moron. Doesn't know a vibra scalpel from a field cauterizer. Barely passed his final exams. How is he the top doctor in the Republic?
The Republic isn't a meritocracy. I'm sure he bribed all the right politicians.
This is what always happens. Real doctors go out and save lives. Idiots stay on Coruscant and get themselves promoted. So what if this guy invented a vaccine for Zabrak scalp necrosis? I could have done it. I was just busy.
Don't let your rival's achievements get you down. You're much more successful.
What good is being great if there's no one around to hear about it? Tell you this much. Enough's enough. No more Mr. Nice Doc. The galaxy's gonna find out what a real physician looks like. I gotta find a disease to cure. Something really unpleasant. Old Doc's always been more of a lover than a fighter. But I had to up my game since you came around. It's not easy looking good when you're fighting next to a Jedi. But I figured out the trick.
Care to clue me in before our next big battle?
Let's just say I'm getting a new nickname. Dr. Knockout. Yep. Next time we're surrounded by the scum of the galaxy, they're gonna be sorry they met me.
That was a long chapter. Okay, now we gotta talk to Lord Scrooge. Oh, come on, T7.
I thank you for your trust, Jedi. I might not have given mine so freely were our positions reversed.
Tell me more about this vision. What makes someone like you bow to me?
As I told your council, the Emperor's plan is not to rule the galaxy, but to consume it. I've devoted centuries to stopping him. For a time, I worked with the greatest of your Jedi heroes, Revan and the Jedi Exile. But they did not have the strength to complete their task.
That's quite a claim.
You will find no proof. I hid my association with them well. Nonetheless, I was their ally in the shadows, helping them oppose my Lord Emperor. Until my vision. Jedi, shining with the Force, lined up to destroy him. All was swept aside. Revan and the Exile were cast at my feet. Then, out of the shadows, one Jedi emerged to cut the Emperor down. That Jedi wore your face.
If the hopes of so many rest with me, I will do my best to honor them.
If you succeed, there will truly be a void left to fill. In the vision, I bowed to you and took a crown from the Emperor's head. It ended when you held his power in your hands.
Your people speaking of the Empire sound like a distorted echo. When I was born, we thought the rest of the galaxy to be mystery and legend. We had been alone for 1,000 years.
What was it like? I can't even imagine.
We were what you made us. In my youth, Jedi were how you threatened errant children. Obey your masters or the Jedi will obliterate you. For thousands of years, we had total control of 100 star systems. Then the Jedi drove us to the farthest fringe of the galaxy.
The Emperor had subjugated thousands of species. Every non-Force user was enslaved.
They were safe and served to their own capability. This is hardly worth debating. I gain nothing from understanding how your Republic's fools view the galaxy. I am surprised that once your council finishes its brainwashing, any Jedi has a spine left to oppose the Emperor. Perhaps you are young enough to still cultivate the strength of the Sith.
I could use some teaching.
I'm open to Sith tricks. What have you got?
The dark side is no trick, Jedi. When you release the control the Jedi Council has drilled into you, when you feel anger in your every connection to the Force, when you can accept that a man of authority must use any means necessary to achieve his ends, then you will have discovered the dark side.
I have to go check something upstairs, so I will be back. 21 minutes. Hey guys, I'm back. Don't waste a little bit of time to get that. It's going pretty fast, and now we have to go to T7. Final companion.
Just stick with it. You'll figure it out. What was your mission? The Genoharadin are the galaxy's deadliest assassins. How could the SIS expect you to stop one of their agents? Was this the only attempt on the ambassador's life? Well, the ambassador may have resigned, but you saved his life. You're a hero, T7. I knew you'd come through, T7. If we have Imperial sympathizers inside the Republic, we need to know who they are. Time to pay House Bayless a visit. He probably tried to blackmail the Imperials. Threatened to turn his list over to the Republic. So they killed him. You wanted to see me? We're getting closer to finding out who's behind this. Keep it up. Regrets won't bring Master Zalo back. He's gone. You just have to accept it. The Empire doesn't stand a chance against the likes of us.
God, that was so much. That was like 25 minutes of of stuff, and I still have to listen to more storyline. Ah, God, I'm gonna die.
Master Satele, Executor Kranis and his followers are dead. Belsavis is safe.
The galaxy is in your debt once again, but I fear this is far from over.
The Emperor would never devote all his resources to Belsavis. We must find his other targets.
There is a rumor of high-ranking Sith gathering at a remote Imperial space station, allegedly on the Emperor's orders. One of our best scouts volunteered to investigate. He's disappeared.
Sounds like there's truth to this rumor. Tell me everything.
Jomar Chul attempted to infiltrate the Imperial space station where the Sith are meeting, and hasn't checked in since. I know you and Jomar have had differences, but I believe he's onto something.
If the Emperor is involved, this may reveal his plans.
This is worth pursuing.
I'm transmitting coordinates to the space station. I have no advice for getting inside.
Leave that to me.
May the Force be with you.
Looks like we got just like another hill to... Oh, and more companion time.
Finally tracked down my old squad mates, Master Jedi. Wishing I hadn't. General Garza recruited them into the Special Forces Black Ops program. But now, they're in a detention facility on Birun, convicted of war crimes.
War crimes are a serious charge. How did your old squad go from being heroes to convicted criminals?
Black Ops doesn't make heroes. It trains killers. If the right targets die, no one complains. They renamed my old squad the Surgeons, tasked them with destabilizing the Empire's command structure by removing its best leaders. But the Surgeons didn't just target Imperial commanders. They went after the officers' families. They wanted to send the enemy a message.
Killing women and children is never acceptable.
Good soldiers know what acceptable targets are. This wouldn't have happened on my watch. The detention center's warden says my old squad mates are serving life sentences. They're young. That's a lot of years to spend in cages. The next time I get nostalgic and curious, Master Jedi, give me a planet to invade.
I do not know how more to prepare you to face the Emperor. What has your training been? All I know of Jedi ways is from Revan. Surely they have changed in 300 years.
I am prepared. I need nothing more from you.
You do not lack for confidence, Jedi. Revan and the Exile were much like you. They truly believed that they could destroy the Dark Lord. I believe them too.
What does any of this matter?
Perhaps it does not. When you have lived centuries, you see that everything is a pattern that grows out of itself. Sometimes you can no longer see the trees, only the roots. It is the smallest part of the price of immortality.
I don't believe this! We missed the party of the Millennium last night. It's all over the HoloNet. Music, dancing, attractive people. We could have been a part of it if we hadn't been on the wrong side of the galaxy, saving everyone's lives as usual. 2 heroes of the Republic, would have been colossal at that shindig. Infinite opportunities for romance. We would have had it made.
Just think about how much more colossal we'll be at these parties once the Empire is defeated.
We've already earned more admirers than we'll ever have time for. Anything extra is just wasteful. I'm in the prime of my life, and I'm spending it with people who enjoy running around on exploding planets. All I want is to abuse our fame just for one night. Is that so wrong?
It's not. But...
What have you got for me? That's quite an accusation. You need to be sure about this. Someone could be planting a false trail. The Senate is made up of greedy, power-hungry opportunists. We can't ignore a traitor in the Senate. We must advise the authorities.
Alright, great. So we're finally done with that. Oh no, 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 no. Are you going to now tell me things? Okay, let's check this ship. Oh, we got Kyokasen too. Ah, great. Hello, my companion.
So I get my own Padawan. Always wanted to be a teacher.
It's true. I'm learning all kinds of things from you.
It helps that you're an excellent student, but that's not what I mean. Here. Pretend you're my Padawan. Got a hypothetical world to live for you. Say you could only save the Republic or the Jedi Order. Which would you choose and why? Don't think, answer.
The Republic has a lot of money, but the Jedi have a lot of power. I could probably get back the Republic.
We're all that prevents the Sith from conquering the galaxy. Without us, there'd be no Republic.
Excellent answer, my Padawan. Have a sweet flat cake. See? I'd make a nifty master. Learn from the best, after all. Finally got the skinny on how we become an official Jedi twosome. Short version? Not happening. We'd only ever see each other on Tython. Senior council members would review us monthly. Make sure we stay detached. The clincher is, only Jedi who were raised by the Order from birth get permission. I'm automatically disqualified.
We can do what we want. We don't need permission.
Maybe not, but we might need a good alibi someday. Master Satele, smart lady. The longer we keep things going, the harder they'll be to stop. Not gonna ruin your life, tough guy. You want out of this? Just say so.
I'd rather face down the whole council than lose what we have.
For a man of action, got away with words. So much for upholding the Jedi Code. Guess we're outlaws.
We'll find a way to live with the guilt. Somehow.
Won't be easy, but we have to try. And try and try. Nope, still feel guilty. You'll have to try harder next time. Better get back to saving the galaxy. Don't want people to think we've gone soft.
The council. I don't care about the council a lot of times. Okay, so that's my kind of location, and we're gonna go to Fallen, and we have very little time left in this episode. We spent the entire episode in the ship. I guess sometimes we need a break. Oh. Don't tell me. Don't tell me. Well, back to the mission.
This is Station Korriban's flame to unidentified vessel. You have violated Imperial space. Submit your security clearance or be destroyed.
You said I could leave this to you. Go ahead.
Transmitting clearance code now.
Stand by while I... We're so pleased you're here, Grand Moff. You'll find our security airtight.
That is unlikely.
I've cleared a docking bay for you. Please proceed with your landing, sir.
For the moment, they believe I am Grand Moff Fresh. But this ruse will not hold. Prepare to kill everyone.
Haven't you noticed? I don't leave survivors.
Your most admirable quality. Don't waste any time. Destroy the enemy while we have the elements of surprise.
You'll be pleased to know I remain the most advanced steward droid in the galaxy. If that ever changes, I shall recommend a replacement.
So guys, I'm gonna end the episode there. And yeah, I know it's a little short. Last episode was a little extra long, so this should be payback. Yeah, and sorry guys about that, but I'm just worried if I trap in there, I'm gonna be in there for like another 25 minutes. And I really, it'll stress me out a lot for a huge storyline. I gotta take a little bit of a break. So, bye guys.